Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow CZT, certified Zen Tangle teacher, and today's tangle is Auragin, as in aura again, and it's using a series of auras to create a beautiful bold shape, and it's by Zen Tangle. And I agree, this is a beautiful bold shape that you can just kind of really have fun with. Now is your chance to take your little picture, your screenshot, and then we'll get tangling. Okay, I'm using a little larger tile. It's 3 by 5. I think it's apprentice style. I like this size. I like to draw in lots of different sizes. And so I'm going to start with a circle. And you need extra space for this. You want to draw big. You don't want to draw tiny. And then we're going to take off and make a slight S curve, and then come back and do the same thing. So you have a kind of a double S curve. And then we're going to aura that shape again. And I didn't leave myself a lot of room on that outside edge. So I'm going to come on the inside edge and aura. So I have a kind of a pod looking shape. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Let me see if I can give myself another space. I kind of like to have an odd number of spaces. And then we're going to, I call this, it's kind of a snail, or I don't know, just a series of connecting half circles that come down. And you can come down as far, and mine are going to get smaller, as far as I can. That's about as far as I'm going to go. I should have even put this on a bigger tile. But it is what it is. We're going to see what happens. So now I am going to start tangling on the inside of each one of these. And I can maybe make another line down the center and do some diagonal lines so that I have another little shape in here. And I am going to fill in each one of these lines with some kind of fragment of a tangle. It won't be a whole tangle, it'll be a fragment. And I love to use fragments of tangles. When they did that, it was fun to do fragments of tangles. And I like to put orbs in about everything. So I'm going to use what I call, this is called for me in a pod, and I have orbs that kind of tuck under each other. So you can choose what you want to put in each of these spaces. And of course, when we do this one, we need to come back in here and fill in those spaces in between. Color them in so it kind of stands out. I have a few little lines that I'm not sure I like what happened. I wasn't paying it really close attention, and my orbs have little tails on them, some of them, so this helps kind of hide that where the pen kind of, for me, jumped out, and so I'm just filling in those spaces, and to me it just makes a big difference in this tangle when I put the color around them. And another one that is really fun to do is just where we make it look rounded by putting, let's come in a little bit more, where we put a little curved, two little curved lines. It tends to make that space look rounded and bowed out. So we have a little dimension in there. Another one that I really like the looks of is you guessed it, crescent moon. My brain went on like vacation for just a second. So we're just going to do these crescent moons up this page in this space. And I'm going to come back and do up the other side too. And I like to do crescent moon. As you can see, I like to fill it in as I go. I've taught some crescent moon classes before, and I have done all the ones without filling in, but I find that filling them in as I go makes me happier. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to aura, because that's what this is a practice in auraing. In a sense, we okay, that one had just a little slip, so I'm going to, and I didn't fix it any better, but it's okay, because we know there's no mistake. No one's going to notice. Okay, and again, I'm going to come back and do another aura around it. And honestly, if you go slow, you'll be happier with your work. It's a time to think as you go. And I think I'm going to color in this background right here. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I should do another aura, or if I should color it in. And I think I'm going to do a couple of auras on some of these. So they kind of are closer in touch. Pardon me. But then coming back in and filling in that center with black gives it that drama. And I love drama. I've been putting, if you look at my old videos, some of my older videos, you will see that I love drama. I have a little asthma. I need a little inhaler, I think. We'll see. And there we have some crescent moon in here. I am going to add, I don't know what I call this, but they are just little diagonal lines with a little drama in the corner. But you can see that this really adds to a straight line, and I like to add curved lines in with my straight so that I get a balance. But that little tiny dark corner just adds to that. And we're just going to keep going until we finish this whole curve. And when we shade this, it will just pop. It will pop. So it looks like we have filled up most everything, but this tangle has some fun things that we can do to it that enhances it. I am going to put a little scallop around my outside edge because I figured I could get that scallop in there. And then I can add just some lines with a little sparkle. And you know what that sparkle is? It's where I just skip. I'm drawing a line and then I skip a little bit and then draw. And I do that maybe 2 or 3 spots. And it just gives a little bit of light to that area. Even if you only do it once. And I am going to go ahead and draw and add more accents to this. I can finish this. I could add some Muka. I have a friend, and she learned to tangle a long time ago when I did. I taught her at the library, and she's in love with Muka about as much as I am. I mean, I put Muka in just about everything, and I love that there's 2 styles of Muka, and I'm going to round these inner corners because it just gives a little bit more drama, as I say, and I'm just going to keep drawing, and I'll take a picture at the end and let you see what happened.